Hi everybody, hope you're enjoying holiday time, whether you've managed to get away somewhere or just having time at home. Hope you're keeping cool on this really hot day. This is Friday when I'm videoing today and it's a really hot day, so trying to keep cool as well, but enjoying the sunshine too, and hope you are as well. We had a lovely couple of days away last week in Llandudno, which is really, really nice, and we saw the sea and it was good just to have a little break for a couple of days. Excuse the noise around. Suddenly there's all sorts of traffic going down our road, but anyway, I'll try and carry on and talk above it. So our theme today is the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. Now maybe you've had a chance to watch the cartoon, which I've suggested as well, which is by Saddleback Kids, and it's the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. Maybe you could find it in the Bible. This story is actually in all four Gospels, so you find it in Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. The one we're reading in our service today is the one from Matthew, chapter 14, verses 13 to 21. So it'd be great if you could either read or watch the story. And what I just want to focus on just for a couple of minutes is what happened in that story, that Jesus was surrounded by so many people because everybody wanted to gather around to hear what he was going to teach them and what he was going to do. And they'd gathered round, and you know what it's like after a little while of sitting, maybe in your lessons in school, you start to get a little bit hungry and you start to think and dream about food. And that's probably what was going on in this story. The people might have been gathered for many, many hours actually, and it was starting to get dark and late, and the disciples were saying, we need to send the people away, Jesus, because we haven't got any food here. We're not going to be able to feed them, so they need to go. But Jesus said, no, we'll feed them. Go and find out what we've got. And they came back and they said that they'd got 5 loaves and 2 fish. Now in the book of John, it tells us that belonged to a young boy, that he offered his food to Jesus. Now I've got 5 loaves in here in the basket, and I haven't got any fresh fish, surprisingly, but I've got a couple of cans of fish here, salmon and tuna, just to sort of make the point that it was 5 loaves and 2 fish that they had to feed over 5,000 people, because the 5,000 were actually the men that were counted, so there would have been even more than that with all the women and children. So that's what they had. And Jesus said, no, we can use that. And he took the bread and the fish that had been offered to them, and he prayed and he thanked God for what they'd got. And then they started to give it out to the people. And of course, we read in the story that everybody that day was fed and full, and there were even leftovers, which is absolutely incredible, that you think that Jesus took that amount of food and fed that many people. That's such a miracle. That's something amazing that we don't see happening every day, and can only have been the power of God at work in that situation to make that happen. And I just think that's such an awesome story, and I think it can show us so much about who Jesus is, what Jesus can do, and actually what can happen when we share what we have with Jesus. And I want to just read out a verse from a book later on in the New Testament called Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20, and it says, now all glory to God, who is able through his mighty power at work within us to do infinitely more than we might ask or think. And what's being said there is that God can do amazing things in and through us with what we offer to him. And just like that small boy brought his lunch to Jesus, he offered what he'd got, and Jesus took it, gave thanks to God for it, and shared it out to all those people. So Jesus did infinitely, that means like loads and loads and loads of times more what could have even been asked or imagined. That boy wouldn't have known that was going to happen with his food, but he gave it willingly to Jesus, and look what Jesus did to it with it. And that can be like that with our lives as well. We we can offer our lives to Jesus, offer our time, offer our gifts, offer our talents, and Jesus will do more than we can ask or imagine with those things that we share with him. And it will always be for the good. It will always be so that God's kingdom prospers, and that people are fed and given what they need. God will always do great things with the things that we offer to him. So there's just something to talk about as a family today, to get excited about as well. I think this is a really exciting story. It's not it's just brilliant the way that Jesus took that and he fed people. He met their needs, he gave them what they needed, and it's a beautiful, beautiful story. So I hope you enjoy talking about it maybe over the week and thinking about what things that I can share, what can you share with Jesus, what can we do to be generous people and see God do amazing things with those things. So have a really great week, everybody. Enjoy another holiday week, and I hope you're all really well, and look forward to talking or seeing you all soon. God bless. Bye.